can't do that until we've got a lease. Everything has come to a halt because we can't do anything because we haven't got the lease. We've got plans, we know what we've planned for moving forward. So the whole committee are in agreement that we've got some good ideas, but we're still waiting. And I know Gemma's been working really hard on that during the holiday. We did though voted that we asked the help of local residents and local businessmen and what have you, if they could support us certainly in looking at planning permission and demolition permission. And so we organised a meeting on the 21st of August. There were 3 of the committee there, and let Steve Wells, who gave us time free, to meet us down at the centre just so that he could guide us through the ins and outs and pitfalls of looking at, what we do next, basically. And that was really, really helpful. I've never met him before, but he seems to be a really nice chap. So we had that meeting, haven't done anything else since, apart from securing the building, because over the holiday we've had, I think, kids, older children in, don't know whether they're young adults or whatever, but they've broken in again, they've damaged all the fencing, they've got into the building. There's nothing in that they can take. We've cleared it. It's just burnt out wood and stuff that was there when they set it on fire. But they've got in again, and poor Stuart, one of our members who lives across, John and I were saying we feel so sorry for him because he's just on watch the whole time now. They're in and out all the time, the kids, and we just can't stop them. So we're going to get the fencing sorted out with John to make it. I think the other John's been down and secured it again. But they're there every night. So that's where we're at with it.
Okay. Can I just ask, has there ever been an asbestos test done?
Yeah, there is.
Does it contain it?
No.
No, that's good. It's easy to get down, isn't it?
So that's where we're at. We've another meeting due at the end of the month.
Okay, thank you.
I've just got the next update. So I attended the Town and Parish Council Liaison Group meeting that was on the 8th of July. The minutes are in the pack, you may have read them. There's just one thing that I wanted to point out that I found was really interesting this time round, and I attached it to the pack in the minutes. It was the Town and Parish Council, I've got it sent over, the Emergency Planning and Business Continuity Team that gave an update this time. And basically what they went through is they gave an example of an evacuation that happened in Northops on the 7th of March this year, where residents had to be evacuated from their homes, and it was, by the sounds of it, it was a really good learning curve from them as to what they should be doing across the district. So one of the things that they identified and had to deal with very quickly in the emergency state that they were in was that some residents don't have family members that they can go to and stay with, and therefore they become more vulnerable when they have to leave their homes, especially elderly residents, which our demographic, we would be subject to that should we have an emergency in Ackworth. And something that Wakefield Council will be doing across 2025 and into 2026 is looking at each parish council and working with the parish councils to identify emergency centres and what that would look like in an emergency situation. So there's no actions for us at this stage. It's something that Wakefield Council are reviewing and something that I will keep my eye on and make sure that we don't get forgotten about at any point and we hold them to the planning that they want to put in place. But I just thought it was really good that it's something that they're doing and they're looking at, and obviously they've had that real life experience.
Thanks for that. Could I just ask, could we involve local schools or like the special school, Oakfield Park and the Quake School in that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what the districts have to lead it. Right. So when it's our turn, they will come to us and they'll ask us for recommendations of who we can contact. Yeah. And then that's when we'll, as a council, we'll start to look at it. It was just more to give council a heads up that it will be coming through.
Thank you. Stephen?
A number of years ago, a supplier of mine, stationery, that is, who lives at Beale, just at the side of Nottingham. They only give them 20 minutes to leave the house. Because of flood water that was about to hit the village. 20 minutes is not a very long time to put anything together at all. Clothing, the goat had to be left to where it wasn't taking its chance.
And
He survived.
I think it was a gas scare, I think,
Yeah.
in Altas. So it would have been very similar where they had to move very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's always good to have a plan, I suppose.
As far as gas is concerned, it's probably going to be plastic right now, but there is a fault line as you go out of the village into the dip and rise up towards Rugby. The fault line runs along there. I think it was about every 30 years they said the gas pipe, gas main used to crack there and it
You smell it,
I think it's probably about 30 years since it was last repaired.
Okay, I'll just step out of the chair. I attended the PACT meeting on the 18th of July, along with the PCSOs of the Jill and Lorraine and the police officer and 13 residents. The issues basically were there were 11 attempted burglaries which led to 2 arrests, and that's being processed at the moment. Talked about the travellers on Carriage, and the police are in contact with Wakefield Council regarding increasing the security on the site. 3 was off-road bikes, 6 have been seized. And told me something that I didn't know, that if they take the helmets off the kids on the off-road bikes, the police are not allowed to chase them because it's too risky. So they have to give up the chase if they take the helmets off. And the kids nowadays so they take the helmets off. So, yeah, there you go. Some discussion about the traffic incident on the crossing near the GP's surgery. There was some talk about the need for a pelican or puffing crossing. The police again pointed out that this is a highways issue and not a police issue. There was a complaint from a resident about the exercise equipment and the link to cannabis smoking and damage to a tree, and the police urged the resident to report any damage and any cannabis use to the police. The resident complained about bad parking on the pavements, and the council, it was pointed out that the council enforcement officer is empowered to deal with parking issues. It's not a police matter. I thought there were some very negative, angry and some rude comments made to the police, and I felt the police officers and the PCSOs were very patient and professional, even though they were shown very little respect in some quarters. The meeting ended on a positive note, with one resident talking about the majority of the kids in the village and in the area are generally really good and well behaved, but there was some discussion following that about the need for youth facilities, skate park, youth club, etc., which made me think that when I came to this village 50 years ago, somebody had written Ackworth needs a youth club on bus shelter. It's 50 years on, it's still not a youth club, so there we go. So that's the PACT meeting. Has anybody got any other meetings that have been attended? No? Okay, then. So we'll move on to item number 60, to consider the approval of the minutes of the Parish Council meeting held on the 14th of July 25 as a true and current record. Can I have a move for that? Sarah, seconder. Excuse me, Amanda. All those in favour? That's everybody. 61 to receive applications for the exclusive rights of burial.
Just the one Ashley's plot. RE13.
Burial rights only, that's, yeah. Right, we're moving on to financial matters. So, we've all had a chance to look at these in our packs. So I've got mine mixed up now. Have you received any?
No queries reported, and apologies for that front page, you've got scrunched up in the photocopier. So I'd sent it out separately. I only realised when I was looking through mine, so it was on the scanned copy that we had on Wednesday, but I sent that out again, that top page.
Right. You need to have a look through that.
But no change, no queries for us on those. So just as a reminder, we've got both July's and then August, and they'll both need a separate vote.
Right.
Yeah. What I have got actually, council, because we didn't receive it in time, it's just the CCI statements. Nothing majorly exciting on them, same old, but I do put it to your month, so I'm trying to take one and pass them round. So that's the property fund and the deposit, public sector deposit fund as well. Yeah, it's two different pots. But we didn't receive it until Friday or Saturday morning.
Any issues with the first one, 62-1, which is the bank statement at the end of July 25. Okay, can I propose is this a question or a proposal?
Yeah.
Seconder, that's Caroline. All those in favour? That's everybody. 62-2, the ones to the end of August 2025. Again, I would propose the same two people, please. All those in favour? That's everybody. And to receive and consider for approval the payments to be made on petty cash account 8th of September.
You've got petty cash in your packs, and then as always, payments to be approved right up to today, so they'll go on there. They are big because we've had the break, so yeah, we'll be doing usual.
We'll just have a minute to get these out.
Can I just ask on the, if I'm looking at payments to 8 September 2025, that says, is that what we're looking at? Then it says,
Yeah.
the page that says Viking Direct at the top and the sort of down in the second half of the page, Andy Wallace Plumbing, £583 and stuff at Bell Lane. It seems like a lot of money for a new tap and a flush in a toilet.
So it was, PHS removed their equipment and they took all the auto flushes out.
Oh, right.
So we had to have the auto flushes put on the urinals.
Okay.
So it was as a knock-on effect of change in suppliers that we didn't think for 1 minute that PHS would be that pedantic to remove the
Right.
auto flushes, but it technically was their equipment.
So their equipment.
Yeah, they had auto flushes on the urinals. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's a one-off.
Yeah, it is a one.
Yeah.
And we now own the auto flushes on our own urinals.
Yeah.
Things you never can say in your life.
Any other? Stephen?
Carter Jones, is that the allotment mount? The church to the church?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can look over on it, says allotment land lease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that? Oh, Castle Jonas. I see it, yeah.
Yeah. It's just when you turn the page, then
Yeah.
there's sort of loose. use theirs, that's what I was trying to say. As you can see, the memorial was doing well. I don't know if anyone's been to the cemetery, but it's been beautiful.
Yeah,
All the plants,
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
Inscribery.
Mhm.
Are we going to run out of the wall, do you think?
We're going to go inside. You know where the
Oh.
shelter bit is under the seat?
Yeah.
There's more around there, so
Yeah.
we've got quite a while. And it's the crafting that are doing all the inscribery, so it's a nice touch. And she's brilliant at doing it. She brings them really quick and you can get them up really quick.
Good that it's local as well.
It's very nice. People love it.
Okay, if there's nothing else, can I ask for a proposal to approve these steps among second? All those in favour? That's everybody. Thank you very much. So, to consider a response to the planning authority on the following planning applications. I'll go through this and time.
Just a reminder, all of those have actually already been done by email, so it is only 63.7 that needs to be reviewed today.
Just this last one.
Yeah, just that last one.
Oh, okay. So they've, well, Jim said these have been dealt with by email. So 63.7 Ackworth Park House, Pontypridd Road, Ackworth. Outbuilding is mixed use within UCL C3 and business, deadline 2nd of the 10th 2025. Anybody want to try?
Yeah, I want to plan thing, there's no objections, it's for a massage bar,
Alright.
therapy place. You can't see any problem with that.
And it's, sorry, it's way off where anybody can see it.
Yeah, it's away
isn't
from
it?
the road, it does fit a planning application as well.
Oh, is it one of the big houses just before you go
I think
down?
it's near yours, it says.
Is it Ackworth Park?
Yeah.
Up the hill near,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that near Castle Side?
Yes,
it was.
that's right, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, on the left, yeah.
yeah, it's, there's no objections and
Yeah.
that's all, I can't see any problems, it's personally, but
Okay.
it's up to the council.
So no
I
response.
think she's already carrying out the massages, she's just extending it, so she's got better facilities for well-being for people.
No, that's no issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
No objection. Thank you. Right, 64, to receive notification of the completion of a HMRC VAT compliance check for Q1 of 2025. 64. Okay. This is, I don't know, it was from the start of the letter. I have now completed the checks, my checks.
Yeah, yeah. We had a few of those, and then it makes you question the integrity of HMRC, but anyway.
Yeah. So that's the first line of it. Yeah.
Do you want me to give you a quick overview, Chair?
Do you want to?
Yeah, it's very brief. I mean, it says there that we're all completely fine, which is the main message. So I'm never saying that I'm going to have a quiet summer and I'm going to get loads done ever again, because the last 2 summers that I've had here are anything but. So at the beginning of August we get a phone call, you have been selected for a HMRC compliance check and we will not release your Q1 VAT until you've complied with X, Y, Z, hoop, jump. So we did all of those things and we had to provide different various reports, information, stuff off of our financial software, Realtus. And as you can see, we have passed, so she has now completed the checks, my checks, as John said. We didn't have any adjustments, no recommendations of anything that's wrong, and they released our payment, and we got a bit of interest on top because they held our money. So there is a slight, when it comes into the system, you'll see that we've been paid a little bit more VAT, which is actually a bit more of a pain because you've got to put it all in the system and show why it's over. But it's all done. Yeah, and that was my quiet summer.
Well done.
A lot of work was into these things, isn't there?
I quite like being able to do things we're doing what we should be doing. So
Well, yeah,
it's quite
yeah.
a nice feeling when it comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I try and put it in.
So, anybody got any comments, any questions or anything on that?
No.
No? Okay, thank you for that. 65 to receive the 2025 external health and safety report and consider required actions to be taken. Again, you want to...
So this is the annual review that happens. I have to present to you the whole booklet, so apologies that I have killed and it drives me insane, but you have to have it. Kyla has, as she always does, she's worked really hard in putting it into an easy to understand table where she's just pulled out the bits that you guys need to know. There were some actions that we had to take action on immediately, so those are the grey ones that have already been completed. And then as you can see, and hopefully you agree, the ones that are just clear white, they're ongoing, and Kyla's already got a list of things that we're doing around all of those things and how we're going to make sure they're rectified or considered by the time we get set again next year, because they're all 12 recommendations. So I will take it that you've read that, and if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Has anybody got any questions? Sure.
No, it was about lamps, one way, I was investing in some lamps.
We are, yes, so off the back of when everyone's answering the questions, that's what I'm going to ask council, whether I can go away and complete the rest of the actions that are listed in white.
Most times in the van there are still people, but it makes it up with.
So we only have 2 people during the day on a Wednesday and Thursday, but outside of that, it's a one person, and they are heavy, those numbers. I'm surprised we've not been picked up before on it.
I'm thinking about what I've seen earlier.
Yeah, they are heavy.
So I didn't quite catch that. So you on here it says money spent, so you bought up and on
So the
some.
grey ones have been done, but
Yeah.
for example, the one that Sean's just highlighted is the third one.